Boom. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Friday, July 28th edition of Morning Mindset. It's last Friday. It's the last Friday of July. Ooh, I mean, summer's almost over. We got some schools starting in 2 weeks. How crazy is that? I think we're about 4 weeks out from our school starting, but hey, we're running into it. Halfway done with the year. Hopefully you are having an amazing week. Welcome, Morning Mindset. I'm your host, Todd. How are you? This is how we do this. When you get in here, let me know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, and how the weather is in your area. White Monster, it's becoming the norm for sure. It's already 81 degrees. It's going to get over 100 today. It's just trash outside. It is just not good. So that's what we got going on. How's it in your neck of the woods? Remember that? Willard Scott. Yeah. So how are things there? The other thing, which I think is the most important part of this, is 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today? Now we've got a list. We've got a list and a half, and the important things is I've got quotes that need to go out because they're time sensitive on it. I've got mock-ups that need to get done. We've got temporary tattoos that need printed out. We've got DTF that needs to go out, and we've got decals that need printed and go out. So we've got a good print day ahead of us. So I ask you, what are your things? Make sure to check in so that way we can see you, hear you. I guess I can't hear you, but I can, and I can't see you unless I bring you on screen. So on that, can you hear and see me? Make sure we have that. So this week, we'll check in here. Let's talk about this week. So this week, we did ASI on Wednesday. So you were able to see that fun little journey up in the morning. Just as we got there, pulled into a parking garage, we walked out, it started raining. And, we're only 2 blocks, maybe 3 blocks from the convention center, the hotel that's connected to the convention center. So we can just sneak through there. And then it just started downpouring. Like we were fine, and then we were like a block away, and it just so we were soaked. But overall, it was a great show, and we're going to talk about that here after we go ahead and check in with everybody and see how everybody's doing this morning. Darren, good morning to you, my friend. 82 there in Topeka, and water in the cup. Pick up shirts, press hats, work in the yard, digging rocks. Well, digging rocks doesn't sound fun, especially if it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot. I mean, I guess firefighter, so this isn't really hot to you, right? This is just normal, but I am not. I'm too fat to be out there in that heat. Barb, good morning to you. North Central Minnesota, 70, where it's high, headed to the high of 70s. Beautiful weather. Cooler tomorrow with a high 72 forecasted. I think we're trash all weekend. I'm going to double check here because I think it's trash all weekend. And thunderstorms, those spotty mixes of stuff when it comes in and out. But yeah, excessive heat today. So over 100 is what they're predicting today. And then tomorrow, it does cool off to 88. Then it looks like we're high 80s, low 90s for the next week. So yeah, good times here. It's hot. Big 7 is this weekend here in our local area. Don't know what that is. It's just a road course race. 20 to 25,000 people will do it. First mile is like straight uphill up Brady Street. I did it in my younger days. I haven't done it for a while, but it seems like it's very rarely is it cool the morning of the Bix, but it's a good time. We show it here locally. It's Bix Beiderbecke is we're the home of, so that's the Big 7. Just a little fun fact for you there. Chuck, good morning to you. It's currently 81, slightly cooler day, only supposed to be 84. So we're going to be way hotter here than you are down there. Barb's 5 things. She's got quotes, DTFs, send graphics for customer approval, couple sewing projects, and digitizing. Great way to end the week, Barb. Jerry, good morning to you. And Dawn, good morning to you. And Jen is still alive. I did see her in person. Jen was one of the people we met and talked to and hung around with quite a bit and had lunch with on Wednesday at ASI show. Jen's a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the promo side of things. And it was good to see her again because it'd been a year, right? It'd been a year since I'd seen Jen in the flesh. So good to see her. We had a good time there. We'll talk ASI here after we catch up with it. Good morning, Dawn. Yeah, almost August. Yeah, August will be Tuesday. Just think about that. August will be Tuesday. Before you know it, Tuesday. Yes, and Jen's got her flat white, and it's hot, muggy, hazy, cloudy. It is. I let the dog out earlier, and it was already trash. Ellen, good morning to you. Approaching a heat index of 99 today in New York. Sweet tea in the cup design booth design booth layout, set up square reader, inventory rearranging, cut decals, and order supplies. Love that. Oh, look at that. Dawn rubbing it in with its 83 in Vegas. 83 in Vegas. Christie's got 79 there in Memphis, all the way up to, oh, hey, Satan. Yeah, that's where we're at. We're hitting triple digits. It's going to be great. And it's not a dry heat, it's a muggy heat. Still trying to figure out your 5. Going to be 110. Yikes, right there. 5 dance jackets to Rhinestone for Dawn. Sweet, Dawn. Make sure to take pictures and post them. Kelly, good morning to you. You had your coffee and busy morning already. Happy Friday. And that is busy morning for you because you're out in California. And so it's 6:37 out there. So way to go getting out there after it. And Jen's 5 things: invoicing, artwork for clients, go through ASI Hall. We did that. Order banners and signage, and deliver 3 jobs. So that's a great one right there. FU Facebook user, I don't know who you are, but hey, fella to you too. I think that's Patrick. Patrick usually throws the fella on there. So we'll see if Patrick says, yes, it's Patrick or not. Jerry, quotes and still working on Equid site. Way. Jerry, you got this. You got this. If you get stuck on anything, just let me know and we'll get you through it. In T-Town, yep, you're back. 78 and hot. Yeah. So it was a good trip. We got up there, no big issues or anything. Yeah, it was a good drive, easy drive. Although on the way home, Waze was not giving me the correct Waze. It kept trying to take me through town because we were going to stop out in Elgin. We were going to drop off an order and then stop in Elgin. And a friend of ours, a friend of the page, Vanessa, owns a cookie company out there. And we're going to stop and pick up some cookies on the way home because we didn't know how long we had to sit for. We were going to try and stay for dinner with a couple people, but we were out of there, I think, by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And, I'm not built to drive in Chicago anymore. In my younger days, it didn't bother me at all. But there's got to be some kind of law that prohibits semi-drivers from being in anything other than the right 2-handed lanes. Because when they're in those other ones and it just screws everything up, there's got to be a law that if you're in the far left lane, it's automatic, 15 over. I'm just saying, you'd flow of traffic. Somebody gets over and they drop to the speed limit. It really throws things off. I don't miss driving in that traffic at all. Not one bit. But we made it home safe and sound, so no major issues there. Everything held out. We didn't get stuck in any big storms. It was just there walking through in the morning. Things that we saw there that I like. Let's see if there's any there. Yeah. See, there it is. It's officially now. It says official. It says Patrick Ali official. So that's officially him. Make sure go check out Patrick, because I bet, Patrick, you get all kinds of fun stuff on your things over there, don't you? Now, so we're at ASI. And usually, you'll see a lot of the same stuff over and over and over, and you can kind of tell what people are pushing. A couple of years ago, it was banners or it was canopies and feather flags. It seemed like every aisle you went, you couldn't go more than 3 booths without seeing somebody that offered that. The last year seemed to be a lot of pens, a lot of pens. This year seems to be knit socks. Custom socks is where it seems that they were really focused on because a lot of people were offering them. I didn't see a whole lot of normal things that we see, on the canopy side of things, on the pen side of things. Saw the staples, but there wasn't a whole lot of that. It wasn't like a big flea market of crap. So that's always plus. We found a couple products that we're going to bring in, and really we're going to bring them in just for ourselves. There was a misting water bottle we got that we're pretty good with. But they had a whole misting set that you could use in canopies, that you could use on golf carts, and that's what we thought. We're like, ooh, this thing's pretty sweet. So we're getting the information going to that. We go, it basically, Jay Bassell said that perfectly, that it's adult trick-or-treating, right? We got the cart, and we went through it, and even when we came back and started to go through the stuff from the show, because they just left everything in the cart, threw it in there, and that was a big catastrophe. I just kept it in the cart, threw it in the back of the SUV, And as we're driving, the wheel must have come unlocked, and it just kept slamming into the back hatch. And I thought for sure it was going to shatter the window, as it scared the hell out of me every time it did it. So I had to pull over and move that around and stop freaking out about that. So that was the only main thing. But we really only threw away not a whole lot of stuff, because we didn't get a whole lot of stuff that we knew we weren't going to use. Some of the stuff we wanted more information on. Then when we went to the websites Wednesday, like, okay, we got everything we need. We don't need this anymore. And a lot of times you'll get stuff and go through it and keep what you need and what you don't need. We found we got with our magnet people, so that was good there. We talked with a few contract embroiderers, so I'm excited about what we can offer there. And then on top of all of that, what did we get good? There was always some good stuff, and there's some trash stuff. It wasn't nearly as much trash stuff as normal, so I will 100% give that. We didn't bring home a lot of garbage, so that's a plus. We got everybody that still had them available when we got to the booth. We got our new color charts. We got our, which is always a plus when you're in garment decoration, to have those samples so you can show them, yep, here's what it looks like, because we know that what something looks like on the screen is different from that screen to that screen to this screen to this screen, and to what it actually is in person. So anytime you can get those color swatch books, get those. Way easier to show your clients what it's actually going to be. So we got all those. We got some rocket books. Those were pretty cool. I'd been saying I was going to get one for a while. I just kept putting it off because I didn't really need it. But we got some of those. That was a plus. We didn't bring home a lot. Shirts, that's always clothes that end up going to the kids. But overall, it was a really good show. Learned some stuff, saw some new stuff, got some information that I needed, made some contacts, and overall, it was good. It was a good show. I recommend anybody that if you are able to make an ASI show, because it's another one that they do. Is it in Fort Worth? Somebody will let me know that you'll be able to go there and check those out. And that goes for any trade shows. If there's a trade show that has something remotely to do with what you want to offer, so maybe you're all apparel, but an ASI isn't really for you because it's on promo things, go there. You're going to learn something. There's classes. So you can sign up and take those. If you're a member, I think they're included, but you can sign up and pay for those classes. Any trade show that's within driving distance for you, make sure to go to. There's always something to learn. The networking is a ball. That's where I feel that we always do really well at. I was just talking with people we haven't seen. I saw Melanie. I think I saw Melanie 5 or 6 times throughout the day. We were going opposite ways on aisles. And, hey, what'd you see? Anything cool? So it was good just to sit and chit chat with people, and get their opinion on things, see how they're doing in the business, and highly, highly recommend you hitting up any trade show that you can out there. Let's see, Kelly stuff. She's putting it out here. Number 1 is banners, 2 is sublimation. I'm going with that. T-Town, tinting all day in this heat. Ooh. Now, does heat affect tint? I know tint will block rays to prevent heat, but putting it on, does that affect anything there? I did start on that 1,000 shirt order yesterday. Got 490 shirts done in 4 hours. Hell yeah. Way to go, T-Town. Wife only pressed 114 to my 305. She was probably running the rest of the business, so we'll let that slide. Oh, there it is. Kelly, banners, sublimation, trophies, dash plaques, stickers, engraving. Love that. And Jeff's got howdy do, peeps. Howdy do to you this morning, Jeff. Jerry says it's listing the categories products for the stores that's confusing me. So what we do is when we have a new store, so new team store. I think we're turning one back on today. River. I know one of them. I think I got to go through it and see which one is. It's tonight after their meeting. But you set the team, the store, the whatever up as the category. Okay, so that's the category. And then underneath that, you have the subcategory. So say we did I can't even think right now. Butterworth Bobcats, right? Butterworth Bobcats. So that's the main category. Then the subs underneath it would be T-shirts, long sleeve, hoodies, crew necks, swag, so drinkware, whatever you want to have it. So you have those underneath that. Then in those, that's when you can put all your T-shirts, all your hoodies, everything from that way. So seeing all that. I miss seeing all the new items. Got to get to the next one. Yeah, it's a riot. It's to go there and see everything and to just get inspired, right? Because there's stuff like, ooh, we could use this. One of the things that we saw, because what we're looking for is more on the, not more on the, but since we were working with more PTAs and PTOs, we were looking for things that we can offer with that, more spirit wear stuff, more logo press things. With the onset of UV DTF, which probably 6 to 8 weeks we'll be in the UV DTF business. Technically, we can be in it now, but we're just waiting on some things to go so we can get some things there. But we'll talk about that here in a bit. But the being able to decorate many things, that's why solid colors like black, a lot of questions that I ask is, hey, do you sell this blank? So that way we're able to do it. And a lot of places like, yeah, go for it, because that way we can stock. I can get a case of 72 black tumblers and I can use it for all of our team stores. We can do that currently now with white toner. We can do it with the UV DTF. We do have a UV printer that we're able to source things out to if we need be, but having things like that really, that's what we look at. It's almost like a blank shirt. I want that blank so I can see what all we can put on it. And that's what we're looking at doing. What other fun things, from the lanyards to the t-shirts to the foam fingers to any of that stuff to be able to offer to those schools, then that's something that we were definitely looking at. We found coloring books, and the price point on it was amazing. So Corey reached out yesterday and was getting some more information on that. And that's how it works. You go there, you learn some stuff, pick up some stuff, and we go there and keep moving on from there. Oh, and Cindy, good morning to Cindy. Cindy's got peanut butter protein shake. Very nice. Cut key fobs, order supplies, print barcodes, mail out orders, finish stoning my ukulele. That sounds awesome right there. And purple ukulele. I seen pictures, video. I seen something with it, and it looked amazing. Your stoning on point. Way to go, Cindy. Thanks, Todd. In the paid version, is there a limit number of categories? No, not a limit of categories, limit of product. You got to look at which paid version you're in to see how many items that you're able to have. Now, there is a workaround with that where you are able to, let's say you have 10 shirt designs, right? You can list them all under here's a t-shirt and then here's design, and then as an option, design 1, design 2, design 3. It's a little more work, but it's also, if you're on like a free side of it, it makes it where you can add more things to it with it. Oh, tattoo samples. Yeah. On. I got temporary tattoos printed out. I'll print out samples and I'll put them on the site today. There. Because I already have it on my list. We're already going to do it. Sample tattoos. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. I will put them on the site this afternoon-ish. As soon as they're on the site, I will post it everywhere. So that way, everywhere can see where they're at. Okay. Good. Thanks, Dawn. Got it. Okay. So yeah, that was a great show. I always have fun at shows. I'm not sure what we're going to hit the rest of the year, but that one is always a fun one to go to. Now, what's coming up? So let's give an update on DTF. DTF, we are actually working on partnering up with our DTF supplier. We got a meeting to go down there, and I think we're just going to, take over the facility. Right? And what do I mean by take over the facility? I mean, we're going to use that as our home base for our print operation. We are getting to the point where we're going to have to hire somebody in or work with a partner because the amount that's coming in, the printer only prints so fast. You can only do so much with it. By me doing that part of it, I was taking a lot away from the business and working on the business because I was working in it. So I needed to train somebody to do that point for me. So we're going back and forth on the math. Where's the break-even point on it? What do we need to sell to do that? What do we need to cover this person? How do we do all of this? And with talking with our supplier, we're like, hey, how do you think we can get more efficient on this? What are we looking at? What are we missing here? I brought up the thing with, hey, you've got plenty of printers down there. I should just come down there and work and use your print shop. I was like, well, let's see what we can make happen. So there's where a partnership came from. This is also the same place that offers cut and sew tops. So that's where that partnership kind of led to. Is it's something that we're going to, offer. We're going to have the ability on DTF side of things to offer a pretty quick turnaround. I mean, we're going to be still 3 to 5 days. I'm not going to change that because things can happen and you can still rush it out of there. VIPs will still be taking care of everything there. But a lot of stuff can go out faster. We can up capacity. The biggest thing is we're going to, here soon, and I'm not going to say how soon because we still got to have a few more conversations to make sure everything is good to go on it. The wide format stuff, so the 22-inch wide. So I know a lot of people, when it comes to gang sheets and things like that, they won't use us because they want 22-inch wide. Even though it's the same price and even though they're actually saving because they're not cutting everything apart, they feel like they're getting more out of it, and I get it. So we're going to be offering those soon. So we'll have the 22-inch wide. So you'll have to pay attention to the site. We'll make sure to put up things. Everything currently on there will go from 11.5 inches to 11. So, it'll be smaller, so then they would put two side by side. But then once the transition is officially made, any of the 11-inch stuff will go away and it'll all be 22-inch wide. So there'll be like a 22 by 24, a 22 by 60, and then a 22 by 120. So all of those will go on there. Single things will still be on it. So we're excited about that because it allows me two things. One, to not be working in the business as much. So now I can work on the business, which means I can go after more sales. Because you have to think on the DTF side of things, we haven't run any ads. We haven't pushed anything really. It's just been in the groups and then word of mouth, which has been great, but we want more, because it is going to cost us a little more to print than how we currently are. So we need to offset that. And how do you do that? More value, right? More value makes up for it. So we'll be putting out ads. We'll be running everything with that. And we'll get everything in place for those because I'm pretty excited about it. The other thing is, while that's going on, we're also going to so there'll be the new website because we got to make everything work with the API stuff, which it doesn't work on Ecwid. So we will be switching away from Ecwid on that because it doesn't allow for the API stuff in there. Well, there'll be a gang sheet builder in the website, so you're able just to build your gang sheets right in it. So that's cool. Everything will tie right into it. Everything will be going. Everything will go right into place, and then from there, then the next thing is cut sew because it should be pretty simple to add that right to it. So cut sew tops, full sublimation. We're able to handle that for you. And then UV DTF stickers will be right around the corner. So a lot of things in the works that we're doing on that side because, like I said, there's only so much me, right? The other thing, and this may sound a little more than that, but I have to think about my family. If I fall over and croak right now, Corey has to figure out a lot of stuff really quick to keep the business running. And that's not a good way to run a business. The business should run whether I'm here or not. So by setting up some of these automations, by working out some of these partnerships, then I don't have to worry about if something happens to me. Business continues as usual. We've been trying it this week as orders come in, they're getting shipped out. They took care, we were down yesterday, so we couldn't do anything same day because same day is the one that we're trying to really bang it out. But most part, orders came in, orders still shipped out. We didn't miss a beat. And that's really helpful for when we do go out of towns, when we do go to shows, when we go on vacation in November. Typically, we would shut down and just orders, we just process when we get back. So then, you've got a week slam to try and get stuff. And then people won't order or they'll find somebody else and just start ordering from them. So this will allow us to just streamline that and always keep things in the pipeline going to that. So I'm really excited about that partnership to get the things working with that. Let's see. Let's check in. See. Oh, all right. Tinning and heat might need more slip. It can get tacky. Totally makes sense. But I was running the tint business at the same time yesterday. Oh, okay. Well, you're running the tint business and she was doing that. Maybe I don't know. Oh, but she can't lock the press heat pressure nation down every time 2 week. I saw somebody, and I've seen a couple more people using what are the HTV Rons. I seen them at a trade show when we were out at Long Beach. They were using them out there, and they were doing DTF. I've seen two other people have brought them into their shop, and I think I'm going to grab one just to bring it in and test it out because I think that's going to save a lot of wear and tear on the body. We're looking at the shuttle press, but I'm like, for $250, I might as well just bring it in and see how that one works. Do a review for you guys, run it through the test, and let you know if it's good or not. So that's something to think there. So that it is a great thing that we're trying to do. So the machines you have to stop doing, will prices go up? Okay, so here's the thing: is we're still waiting on parts for our stuff. We're waiting on China to get it here, and this is I ran into the issue of what happens when we go down and what happens with this. So we're still working on that issue, and what we'll use ours for is for local stuff. Things that or quick turnaround things. That's what you use are for the bulk of everything. We'll go through them because we have it, so we might as well use it. Maybe we'll sell it, maybe we won't. But at this point in time, yes, we will still use it. Will prices go up a lot? No, prices won't change. In fact, prices may go down. We're not raising any pricing on it, and that's where I said our margin went smaller. So the way to make up for that, let's say something is $5, costs us $5 and we're charging 10 for it. Well, maybe now it costs us $6 and we're still charging 10. So we're, instead of us making 5, we're only making 4. Well, now based on volume, we can only do so much. Now I think we've got like six printers at our disposal. And once we have that process in place, we're going to get down there and we'll spend a day down there filming content, going over all the printers, going with the differences are between them. I'm not an English guy, so go over what those things are. Go over the ink, the materials, go over the cut sew facility, because that's pretty sweet to see that roll to roll where it just, here's the transfers, it's all printing out, then it just goes through and it just prints everything out onto the fabric, and then it goes through the laser and it cuts it all out, and then it goes over to the sewing team, which there's 30 of them in there. So it can be some pretty cool stuff. And we're excited about that, because in that another service, hey, we're able to offer you full cut sew shirts. So where we really see it at for us is on like the deck hockey, the softball leagues, things like that, where they want that cut sew t-shirt. So I'm really looking forward to that. Is there a list somewhere of everything you offer? If you go to Fat Dad Wholesale, you'll see a list of a lot, but that's the thing. We haven't been great about updating in that, and the main reason being is because there's only so much that we could do. Like banners, we do a great amount of banners, but we don't push them, and I should. We do a fair amount of yard signs. We don't push them, but I should. So the reason being is there's only so much of me and only so much time. So by able to kind of make some of these adjustments to work on the business and not in the business as much, it'll really free up some stuff there. What Spiritware stores do you use? We want to get one so I can stop the paper forms, but not sure I want to spend crazy amount for just a few stores I run. So T-Town, go back and check out our lives for Tuesday with Todd. We use Ecwid, and Ecwid you can do free. It's either 5 or 10. They might have downgraded it to 5, but it used to be 10 items that you could do for free. So you could set up a team store, give them 10 things. You could do a T-shirt, hoodie, long sleeve, crew neck. And then you could throw in some other stuff in there, but you can do that and it's free for it. You can go to the paid versions and there's $20, $40, $100 a month on that, but we can run everything off of that. Now there's places like Chipley, there's places like Stahl Spiritware, there's places like Printavo or Inktavo now. Order My Gear. I feel like I'm missing one of the big ones there, but it all comes down to how much you're going to use. And on the Ecwid, we found that works out pretty good for what we're going to do. We might switch it. If we switch it to anything, I think it's going to be Chipley. I know a handful of people now that are using it on a consistent basis. And Chipley is still fairly new, so they're consistently changing as well, or constantly changing, to update things. So, and that one I think is like $1,000 setup, and then it's just a percentage of what's sold. I think it's 3%. Was sold, so you got to make sure your numbers are good with that. But then that's it. Once you pay that setup fee, then you're good to go with it. I think the Stahl's Spiritware site is only $500, I think, And if I remember right, I thought a little birdie told me that Caesar might be coming out with something too. So I think there's a lot going on with it. Doesn't the heat press adjust for pressure? I just got one. Don, 189. Okay, 189. Don, where'd you get it? Was it through their website? Let's see. Do you like it, Don? Yes, it helps. I'm weak. Has some cons. What are the cons, Don? Tell us about the cons, because I think I'm gonna 189. You tell me we got it at 189. I'm gonna buy that today. But tell us about it. I'm sure I'll find out that on Equid 5 products. I thought that they downgraded to 5 products, but Equid, you can build a pretty robust e-commerce solution with it. That's what they're there for. You can connect up to different payment processors, Square, Lightspeed, Square, Stripe, PayPal. So it works there, and there are add-ons to make things easier, and that's what we started with free, and we've worked our way up from there. It's been there. The Prime sale, loading garment. It's a slide thing. So are you, from what I've seen, are you an upside down presser where collar is at the front of you, or do you put it in the back? Because what I'd seen was the ones with the collar in the front, they're laying it there and just kind of, as they're laying up, they're flipping it over the top of it. And then once they have it lined up where it wants, they push it down and slide it in that way. So Prime sale. I should have got on that Prime sale. Should have looked at it. Thanks for giving us the link, Dawn. Thanks for giving us the link. So that's what we got going on there. So you're going to see us pushing upside down or sideways. Oh yeah, because it's 15 by 15 too, right? 15 by 15. I figure at that price point, I mean, why not? I mean, that's pretty much like a dinner anymore. So like I said, doing this, it's going to allow us to push more of the things that we like to do, more of the banners, more of the yard signs, more of the things that provide value to you. Because remember, our banners are pretty reasonably priced out there. And yes, we're not the cheapest. We're also not the most expensive. We still give them to you where you can sell them at a decent price and make a good amount of money and not have to do anything except just hit buttons, which is always a plus. So we're going to do more of that and work towards that. I want to automate more of the business. Now, the other way that happens is on the marketing side of things. Marketing currently, I'm setting up email lists. I'm setting up email blasts to go out. I'm setting up social media posts. I'm setting up any of our contact forms. I'm setting up anything that has to do with that. I'm setting up, and we're using a few different services for it. So I started going through, and I was talking with Bob over at Fresh Horizons, which, Bob's been, a friend of the page since the beginning. So I've known Bob for 5, 6, 7 years now. I don't know how long I have, but Bob has a marketing company, and we were just talking, and he goes, "Hey, we can totally help you out with this." And so I started doing that time analysis, like, okay, how much time am I spending on emails? Well, if we send out an email a week, and that's just one email, we really should be sending, 3 to 5 emails out, but one email a week, I was roughly spending an hour on that email, making sure, setting it up, doing everything with it, going for that. So hour a week, $125. That's what our rate is, $125. So I spend basically, it was $500 of my time to set up those emails. And then it's $69 for MailChimp. So $569. So even if it's, $25 an hour, $50 an hour, I'm still $250. So, and that was just on emails. Then we go through any of the text messaging, or we go through any of the reviews, or we started going through the list of things and the amount of time that I'm spending on things. If I can gain 5 to 10 hours back a week and allow me to work on the business to generate more sales, that's where it's at. So partnered up with Bob over there at Fresh Horizons, and we're able to offer, a good marketing package for you. And there's, it's not for everyone. I'll say that right up front. There are some a la carte options that are, I'm not going to say cheaper, but are a little value friendly. But for where you want to be at, it's going to be about $300 a month. And some people might look at it and be like, "Oh," but when you see what you're going to get for that, yeah, it definitely saves up time. And you're going to find out more about that on Tuesday with Todd. So that's on my list to set up to make sure everything's squared away for that today. But Tuesday with Todd, I'm going to bring Bob on from Fresh Horizons and Better with Marketing, and we're going to go over what marketing looks like now and how to how to better your business with marketing, right? Because everything's better with marketing. It just is. It just is. So if we can do more of that, working more on our business instead of in it, generate more clients, and it works for everything. And like here in this, we've got people who do t-shirts, we've got people that do banners, we've got people that tint, we've got people that are lawn care in here, we've got somebody that works on golf carts. We can use this system across anything to help build your clients, reactivate your old clients, get more reviews. It's a pretty robust system that Bob has over there, and it's been something that I've been trying to do for a while, but it wasn't that I wasn't good at it. I didn't have the tools in place to succeed as quick as I wanted to, and it was because I wasn't taking the time to invest in it. Because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, is time. I wasn't prioritizing my time correctly, and this is going to help that. So that is going to be that's going to be a time saver. That's going to be everything with that. So I'm super excited about that. And that's Tuesday with Todd. So you're going to see more marketing stuff over the weekend. And then what we're going to do is once a month do a marketing Tuesday with Todd. So we're going to go over stuff that we can do with I just drew it like, with the system, how we can help out with it. And so once a month, we're going to kind of pick a theme, and we're going to talk about that theme in the groups. You'll see we post more about that. And then once a month on Tuesday with Todd, we're going to go over that. So that's the exciting thing there for you. Like I said, $300 a month, no contract or anything. I recommend if you do sign up, please give it 3 months. Ooh, I cut my ring. I felt something weird on my finger, and I realized I must have cut my ring on something because I can feel the nick in it. But 3 months just to try it out. Anything that is going to take time, it's going to take time, and it just isn't going to happen overnight. Reviews and that stuff can, but putting some of the other systems in place, and you'll see that. Look at what an average sale is for you. If one order, it can be $1,000 order. Is it worth it to get it? I believe it is for what we're looking to get for it. So that'll be Tuesday with Todd there. We're going to talk that. Let's see. Darren uses the Spirit Sales site, and Darren, you're able to add new products to it, stuff that's not on their list and everything there, and it's working well for you, right? What's their payment option? I think that was the thing that was holding me up from it, because I want to continue to use Square for my payment option. I think that one didn't allow for it. I wouldn't want to just have it alone. I have a few presses, and that's us. We've got our Hicks, we've got our stalls, we've got our Starcraft, and then I think we've got three of the fancier studios. Does that sound right? Yeah, I think we've got like 3 of those. And I've been looking at the shuttle one because I think that would make it. When I seen this one, I'm like, it's like a fraction of the price. So maybe we'll have to give it. I have the List Maker coming from Kickstarter. Look at that one for you by the brunt. All right, Bliss Maker. I'm putting that on my list too. Bliss Maker, and we'll see how that one. Maker Bliss. Oh, Maker Bliss. Why don't we make that right? Maker Bliss. All right, I'll check that one out and see. I think going to be better 17 by 17. I would go, yeah, it'd be better with that. Yeah, thanks, Jerry. Make sure to hit that like button to help me. Yes, yeah, make sure to hit that like button. So, like I said, that's the big thing we got there. We're looking at moving things in the right direction. I said, if anything, prices will come down because not having some of that labor cost involved, not having some of that labor in the setting up artwork, the printing of artwork, the cutting things apart, the shipping and handling, all that stuff that goes into it. Not having that labor involved allows us to work on more things. So if I can double the amount of printing and it doesn't take me anymore, now we're talking. Cut and sew, super excited about that. UV, super excited about that. So on those sides, wide format printing, like I said, we're doing the same thing with our local wide format printing guy. We do jobs back and forth. And I said, hey, how can we help each other out more? I think if I can set it up, and that's my goal, is by next year, by next summer, if I want to go travel the country with the kids for 3 weeks, and we do that, family vacation in an RV, I got to make sure the business is set up for that. I can work from the computer anywhere that has internet, we can work from. So I'm good with that part of it. But I can't print and ship from, the middle of South Dakota. I can do that if I have partners. And that is why I say you don't have to do everything yourself. Is every partnership good? No. Have we had some pretty crappy partnerships? Yep. But I think that these are more partnerships that are a B2B business relation. Yeah, I scratch your back, you scratch my back, and we're going to test it out and make sure it works. But I think it's an awesome thing that we're looking at doing here. There, so yeah, they do Stripe. I thought I heard they were looking at doing a few other options, but nothing yet, because I'd like to stay with Square also. Pros and cons, like everything. Yeah, and that was my big thing is even on like Shopify, moving over to Shopify, because Shopify and Square are competing platforms. You can't natively use Square with Shopify, so you got to get some apps to make that work. And that was my big hang up on there. Is I really like Square. I like the options that they have for us. I like everything on the back end of it. So I really don't want, and that's what we're running all of our invoicing through. So I want to be able to just to keep that with it. So if we go to when we set up the new site, and that's one of the things I get to figure out, because I think Shopify will work. I can do the API, get everything in there. Having that that builder for DTF, where here's the DTF, and you're able to see as you put in your artwork, is there a background on it? Zoom in, does it look fuzzy? Because we're gonna print as is. So if the artwork looks like trash, sorry, we print as is. You have to make sure that your stuff looks good, or you can make a little box there, and for $10 we'll check it. Why $10? Well, we got to open up a file, we got to zoom in it, we got to check everything out there. It takes time to do. 5 minutes, and our minute, if you look at it, is roughly $2 a minute. We're going to spend 5 minutes doing all that, $2 a minute. So check that box to just make sure everything's good beforehand. So there's a lot of fun things in the works for it, and I'm super excited. But yeah, little along today. Make sure like, subscribe. Ooh, let's see. What does this say? I say save 200 and get down 50 in product and do a review. Well, I mean, I'm sure we could, but I want to try it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Yeah. Stall's store is the one I was looking at. I kind of like that one because they know the stock levels from Sanmar. So Chipley is the same way, where they tie into a bunch of different. Now, the other thing too is Stalls may tie into the Spirit into Sanmar, because a couple of them do now. But the big thing to know is how often are they updating that? Is it a real-time number, or is it a number from last night? Because some of them, it's a real-time number within 15, 20 minutes of it. Some, it's from the night before, whenever it opens. Okay, so you may have it in there, it may not. So that's what you really want to find out, is how often is that updated for it. But $500 a year, I don't think it's a bad thing. I just didn't, since we already have it in place for Ecwid, it didn't make sense for me to switch over. It is switched over. I'm with Ecwid. We've been using Ecwid. Everything is where it is. There's things that there's pros and cons with everything. And one of the big cons to me switching to something else was if they didn't take Square's payment processing. Oh, see, and Jen said Stalls is tied to Sanmar, but their inventory levels are never correct. Yeah, and that's what I was wondering. That's something to look at with them, because I think with Chipley, I think it's every half hour or something it's updated there. I'd have to go back and watch the webinar for sure. But overall, that's what we got. We got a great day here of stuff that we need to get done. I added a new thing to my workflow here today, because we're going to have temporary tattoo samples. Thanks, Dawn. We'll make sure to get those on there, and I will put those on the site here. We got to get stuff ready for Tuesday with Todd on the marketing side of it, so make sure to stop in and check that out for there. Monday, we'll be back here Monday with Morning Mindset. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I hope that this brings you some sort of value, some kind of consistency, something. It helps me. You guys are, this is my soapbox that I don't get to stand on and preach from, but I get to stand on to voice a lot of our concerns, anything. You guys are my therapy session. So thank you for doing this for me. And hopefully we help you with some things along the way, because it really warms me up when I get those messages on things like that. So yeah, if things are, what do we got here? Give me a shout. I may switch over to Shipley next year. Their SNS inventory doesn't seem to update too often. Reach out to Sarah Risser, Darren. I'll tell her to. She's using it. I talked to her quite a bit. I can get some questions answered, but Maybe I can connect you two. I know she uses it and she's rocking and rolling with it. How is that spelled? Chipley. Chipley is spelled it's Chipply. Oh, Shipley next year. Wait, Shipley. I don't know what we got here. Good News Friday. Yeah, everything is. I like to hear good news. We'll be back. We'll talk more about what we got going on for it. Hey, this is what we do. We give you guys, the behind the scenes thing. So make sure subscribe, share. I think there's not everybody is doing that. If you're on Team Replay, make sure to put Team Replay in there and always leave comments. Those comments help the algorithm. You guys, I'm telling you, have an amazing day. We'll see you back here Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Peace, love, press on. We'll see you next time.